Welcome, viewers. This morning, I want to believe it's a good morning to all of you. And today, like any other day, we want to discuss and understand about our health. Today, we want to look at the health of a woman in terms of menopause. Menopause is a stage in life of a woman, a very natural stage in life of a woman, and even though it is a woman's issue, but if we find that menopause affects everybody around us and the society at large. So it is important that we discuss what menopause is so that we are able to understand fully and also approach it in a way or in a manner that helps everyone around us as ladies, and also help everyone that might be affected or that might be impacted by menopause. Menopause is a natural stage, and it's a stage that every woman must go through. So it's a stage that you cannot avoid. If God gives you long life as a woman, then it's a stage that you shall have to go through. Many a times in the society today, you find that there are many people who do not understand what menopause is, including even the ladies ourselves. Many of us don't understand what menopause is, and sometimes it catches us by surprise. And the impact or the challenges that come with menopause, sometimes we don't understand them, so we end up uh, losing a lot of money trying to treat what is not treatable and trying to treat what is actually natural. So what is menopause? That is the first question that we want to ask ourselves. Let's understand that menopause is starts when there is absence of menses for 12 months. When a woman misses her periods for 12 months, then we say that this woman or this lady has reached a state of menopause. Menopause, in simple terms, is the end of reproductive life of a woman or of a lady. As simple as that. The stoppage or the complete or the end of a reproductive life cycle of a lady. So when it is that stage comes, then you realize that there will be a decrease in estrogen, and when the estrogen is decreased is very low, then you'll find that the lady is the ovary of a woman is not able to release eggs, and so in that context, therefore, the lady cannot be pregnant. So it means that the reproductive life cycle of that woman or that lady has come to an end. So let us understand that the menopause can come or can start between mid 40s to early 50s, but in some cases it can start even earlier. Yeah, so there are instances when menopause can come early. So menopause can come early due to maybe health complications that may make a woman's ovary to be removed. Yeah, and then again also menopause can come early, even as early as 30 or mid 30s. You can find that somebody has started or has gone into menopause, maybe because of ill health, like certain medications used in treatment of cancer. You may find that brings an imbalance in estrogen, which can actually cause or result into early menopause. So menopause is natural and cannot be avoided or cannot be escaped. It's not an illness that as many think about it. So menopause can come or can be grouped into three stages. We have perimenopause stage, the real menopause, and then the post-menopause. I want us viewers to go through slowly or bit by bit so that we understand what we expect in every stage and what can occur in somebody's body as it transits to another stage. So before you reach menopause, there is what we call perimenopause stage. This is a stage which actually alerts a woman that you are approaching menopause in 2 years' time or even in 4 years' time, depending on an individual. In many instances, I've told you that every individual is unique in his or herself. But now, speaking about menopause, we'll be talking about the female gender. So for every woman, we cannot have a clear cut that menopause or perimenopause will start at this particular time and last within this particular stage. But between age mid 30s to mid 40s, you can find that a perimenopause stage starts. So it is a stage that shall be alerting a woman or a lady that you are approaching a stage when you shall not be able to give birth, or a stage when you expect not to be reproductive as early as before. So in perimenopause, you'll find that the body moves towards the end of productive years, and it is a transitional period just before the menopause starts. So it comes with several challenges, one of them being that the estrogen levels fall so low. But because you cannot see that the estrogen level has fallen, these are some of the signs that you shall see in perimenopause. One, you'll realize that you'll have erratic periods or very unpredictable menstrual period. So that if your period was consistent, that every month you are able to see a period, then now when you are on perimenopause stage, you'll find that the periods are very erratic, very unpredictable. Number two, you'll find that many a times the flow when it comes, the menstrual cycle, the menstrual flow when it comes, you'll find that it comes very heavy, unusually heavy flow. Then you know that those two signs are showing you that you are actually coming to the end of your reproductive life as a woman. Although in this stage of perimenopause, a woman can still get pregnant, but the chances of getting pregnant is not as high as earlier before the perimenopause stage reached. So you can still have you can still get pregnant as a woman. At this point, the level of estrogen starts to decrease, resulting also into weight gain. At that point, again, a woman gains a lot of weight, and also there are occurrence of hot flashes. Now, hot flashes actually is manifested by intermittent sweating. You can find that even when it is very cold, but all of a sudden you find the body becomes hot and you start sweating from the head until the whole body, and it can even last for just around 4 minutes, and after 4 minutes the body comes back to normal. So when you understand such signs, then you know that you are on a stage, a transition, when you are actually going into a period of menopause, a time when you shall not be able to be reproductive as earlier as before. Then stage 2 is now the actual menopause. This now starts when you have missed your periods for 12 consecutive months. 12 consecutive months, then you know now actually you are now into menopause. So the signs earlier discussed of hot flashes will still continue with you, but again there will be added loss of strength. You'll find you're actually just very tired. Yeah, you've missed your menses for the last 12 months. There is a constant fatigue. You're not yourself as before. Actually, menopause causes a lot of havoc in the whole body system, because it affects your brain, it affects your muscles, it affects your energy level, it affects your mood, it affects your bone density in the long run. So menopause actually affects nearly every part of a woman's body. So when you understand those stages, then you know and you can be able to understand or to relate with yourself well, without feeling that you are disappointed. Yeah. So at menopause, you don't expect to have any pregnancy, because the estrogen level falls too low. At menopause level, again, you'll not have the energy that you used to have. When you are at menopause, again, you'll have night sweats. Yeah, you'll be sweating a lot at night, and the sweat is actually intermittent, periodic. Yeah, so it starts like hot flashes, and then again, when you sleep in the night, you have a lot of sweating. You'll have a lot of mood swings. Yeah, where you find that a lady who used to be a very happy and jovial woman now starts having moods that you cannot understand. So we call that mood swings. Then again, there'll be loss of interest on issues of sex, because at that particular point, the vaginal lining gets drier. So when a lady does not understand, and the people around you don't understand you, then you'll find that sometimes there are simple or unnecessary conflict that may come in. So that is why actually we want to endeavor that every person would understand menopause to be a natural stage in a woman's life, so that the simple unnecessary conflicts can be avoided or can be overcome. Because in a society, everybody would want to live with each other in a more friendly manner. And when all of us understand each other and the stages which we undergo, then life will be more better or sweeter in the society. So in menopause, there are mood swings, there's vaginal dryness, there's urinary incontinence, and also there is urgency to urinate. When a lady reaches menopause, you'll find that the time when you realize that you want to go for a short call becomes very urgent. That call becomes very urgent, as more urgent than before. So you realize that when you delay kidogo, then you'll find that you have urinary leakage or leakage of urine. Even before you prepare to pee, the urine already starts coming out. Then you should be able to understand that that is a normal process. You don't need to accuse yourself, but with time you'll be able to see what we can do. Then stage 3, you'll find that in stage 3 now, you call it postmenopause. Of course it is postmenopause, but the body tries to at this particular point, the body tries to adjust to the changes that has been taking place. Remember, my dear viewer or listener, that menopause can last 4 years, 7 years, 14 years, depending on how you handle the challenges that comes with it. Because if you do not know how to handle the challenges that come with it, then menopause can last a longer period with you. So that is why it is important that we learn, we educate ourselves, so that we get to embrace that it's a natural stage in a woman's life. And when we embrace it and we face it with all the confidence, knowing that God still loves us in that stage, then we'll be able to pass through the stage of menopause and go to post-menopause with ease and within a shorter period of time. Now, on post-menopause, we'll still realize that at this stage, there is still the sweating at night, but now it's reduced. Yeah, the body is coping with it. And also at this particular stage, you'll find that a lady's hair starts falling. Yeah, there is a lot of hair loss at postmenopause. But a more serious issue at postmenopause is that the bones become a bit brittle. There is serious bone loss, so that if a lady falls, then there is more likelihood of bone breakage at this particular stage, or bone fractures in this particular stage. So it is important that we understand, so that we handle every stage with a lot of care, and we know what to do at what particular time, knowing or understanding what our bodies are going through. Remember that I said that menopause cannot be avoided. Menopause is not a disease. Menopause is not a woman's fault. But the challenges that come with it, if well maintained, then we shall have better relationship within ourselves and even with those who live around us. Now, these changes make the changes that we experience in menopause make many women to blame themselves. If you don't understand, then you'll find that many women blame themselves or they feel let down by their hormones. And this should not be the case, because once God created you to be a woman, the Bible says that in your mother's womb, God actually had designed that you come out as a female child or a girl child. So once you are born a female, you know that menopause is inevitable, and as long as God gives you life and many years, you'll have to go through menopause. So understand and embrace. Some marriages have ended up in divorce just because your partner or some partners don't understand what is going on through the lady, what is going on in the life of this woman. A woman who used to be very friendly all of a sudden becomes very moody. You don't understand her. She doesn't understand everybody around her. She's very moody. She's very anxious. And if you do not handle our ladies well at this particular stage, you'll find that our ladies go or end up into depression. Yeah, our ladies end up into depression. So it is important, because once this stage is reached in life, those who are around us are impacted, and we would want that the impact is positive, not negative as currently is. Actually, many ladies today suffer mental illnesses just because nobody understands the stage of menopause they are going through. So if only we could understand, then we could be of much assistance to our mothers, to our sisters, to our relatives who have reached the stage of menopause, so that it does not affect them adversely. So the other health consequences that may come with the menopause, you'll find that apart from the fragile bones which we call osteoporosis, then we also have problems with the circulatory system. The heart diseases also sometimes affect ladies just because of the stage of menopause. And again, at this particular stage, again, you'll find that some of them suffer from diabetes, not because the pancreas is not producing enough insulin, but just because the body becomes resistant to insulin. So when we understand that, then we'll be able to take care of these other organs that are affected because of the stage of menopause that a lady has reached. So with the painful sex again comes a challenge, because the lady's vagina dries, that there's loss of mucus that is actually facilitated by enough estrogen in the body. Yeah, so when the level of estrogen is low, then you expect that there'll be less mucus in the lining of the vagina, and this is what causes that painful intercourse. And sometimes it can even be worse, into a stage where every time there is intercourse, a woman bleeds, and if that is not taken care of, then of course this lady will not be interested in sex anymore. So when we understand that, then it is important and also helps us to handle each other. Now, also on as far as menopause is concerned, when a lady reaches postmenopause, then there is normally frequency in terms of vaginal infections. You'll find that sometimes there could be frequent vaginal infections, and the lady might be wondering why. What is the problem? What is happening with me? So when we understand that that should be part of, or that can be part of the stage of menopause or postmenopause, then we embrace it and we know how to handle our bodies well. Menopause has no cure and cannot be prevented, but the symptoms can be managed well so that we age as females more gracefully than what we may be experiencing now. So as we age and as we reach menopause, you will find that menopause causes a lot of havoc in many parts of the body, including the brain, including the heart, including the bones, including the bladder. Menopause causes havoc everywhere in a woman's body. So when we understand that very well, then we can be able to reduce the effects that are caused by menopause, so that the lady can live a more dignified life, a more friendly environment where everybody understands her, and she still should find or should be happy to be part of that family. Yeah. So next stage, viewer, let us see how we can reduce the effect of menopause. Number one, we need to talk about it. We need to educate people about it. That is what we are doing today, so that uh, every member of the society can know that this woman is still of value, even though she has reached the end of her reproductive life as a woman, but she's still of value to the society. Yeah, so that we do not look at her like reaching menopause is her own mistake. Reaching menopause is not a woman's mistake. So let us talk about it, and let us not let us reduce the stigma that surrounds menopause, because you find that some ladies cannot even have the gut to discuss what is happening in her body with her own spouse. Yeah, and even some spouses don't want to understand what is happening in this lady, and sometimes even the lady herself does not know what is going through her, what she's going through. She doesn't understand herself. So when we talk about it, when we educate people about it, when we share about it, then it becomes a normal part of our life, normal part of a woman's aging, normal part of what we expect in a woman's life in the society, so that we look at women, or we look at ladies as of value now at this stage of menopause, just as they were of value when they were able to give birth to their own children. So let us, the first mitigation measure on menopause is to talk about it, to educate the society about it, and also to help us understand each other. Number two, at this particular stage, the body is very fragile and going through a lot of challenges. You need to reduce or to check on your nutrition, or the nutrition of this woman, so that the lady is able to reduce on the intake of carbohydrates, because a lot of carbohydrates in the diet, a lot of snacking on carbohydrates will increase a lot of sugar into the woman's body. And we all know as at now that a lot of sugar in the body is a major cause of inflammation. And once the body is inflamed, it is a ground or a den for more complex issues like diabetes, more complex issues like arthritis, and so on and so forth. So we need to check on our nutrition so that we get to reduce our carbohydrate. Actually, when a woman reaches menopause, the carbohydrate level should be much less, even if it is ugali, even if it is rice, even if it is sugar, it needs to be low. As we increase our levels of vegetables, then the body will be able to cope with issues of menopause. At this particular time, dear viewer, I want us to understand the importance of including a lot of legumes as source of our proteins, as opposed to flesh, because in the earlier teachings had shown you how proteins from flesh can be also dangerous to our health. So as we endeavor to get proteins and more proteins, we need to have those proteins from a healthy source, which does not also weigh our body down again. So embrace more proteins, and the proteins should be most of them should come from legumes. So if once in a while they must come from animal source, then reduce the amount of proteins that come from animal source. Then again, use more of chia seed. You use more of flax seed, because out of that, out of chia seed, out of flax seed, and out of spinach, we'll be able to get the calcium that shall help our bones. Remember that with the low level of estrogen, which the hormone estrogen actually is very important in terms of assisting in bone health. So once the level of estrogen is low, then you expect that your bones will not be as healthy as before. So when you take in food that is high in calcium and accompanied by vitamin D, which we actually get naturally from the sun, then our bones shall be strong enough to support us even for the additional years that God shall be able to give us. So from flaxseed, from chia seed, from simsim, from spinach, from broccoli, we shall be able to get the calcium that the body requires. We are advantaged to be in Africa, where sunshine is not an issue. So once in a while in the day, please ensure that you are not just indoors. Have your body exposed to the sun, so that you'll be able to get that vitamin D. Remember that the body cannot use calcium effectively into the bones without the company of vitamin D. And vitamin D is not manufactured by the body, it must come from the sun. So have time to move out of the house and get exposed to the sun. Bell peppers at this particular time is very important, because from the bell peppers we are able to get the nutrients that the body require. Embrace a lot of fruits at this particular time of your life as a woman. Embrace a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetable salads, so that your body is able to cope well with the stage of menopause that you are going through. Remember that avocados are very good in terms of their natural oils, and you need that also as part of your salad. So as a woman going, or that has undergone, who has reached the stage of menopause and going into postmenopause, create some love, or create some good relationship with your fruits, and more so with avocados will be of more help. Number 4, you need to sleep well, because as much as menopause comes with a lack of sleep, find a way that you can rectify, because when you sleep well, the body is able to rest, the body is able to repair itself, the brain is able also to work well. So find time to sleep. If you cannot sleep in the night, we have herbs like chamomile. Chamomile tea in the evening will make you sleep better. And that quality sleep of about 8 hours in the night will be of more benefit to the body as you age and as you go through menopause. So of course I know that there are certain medications that can help people with sleep problem, but remember that medication is not 100% good for the body. So if you can get it through nature, Mother Nature will do you more good than the pharmaceutical drugs. So instead of Valium, for example, you can use chamomile, which is natural and can assist you in sleeping or getting well. And then another thing, as you age, exercise cannot miss in your life. Even as at this particular stage of menopause, ensure as a woman that you have some time for your exercise. Exercise may not necessarily mean that you must go into a gym, but as long as you live in an environment that is safe, You can have an evening walk. You can have a morning walk. I always say that the two legs are much better than your physician. Your two legs can do you much better than what your physician can do for you. So create time for exercise. At least 30 minutes a day will do you much better and will help you overcome the challenges that menopause come with. Or even if the challenges are not overcome, but they shall lessen the burden that the challenges put on you. So please create time for exercise as a way of mitigating the challenges that come with menopause. Exercise again will help in strengthening your bones, so that even though the bone density will be coming down, but the bones shall still be stronger with exercise, as opposed to when the density is getting the bone density is getting low, yet you're not exercising. So exercise will help you in strengthening those bones, and also exercise will help you in strengthening the muscles. Remember that bones cannot be strong enough on their own, but when the muscles are strong, the bones or the support system will serve you better, because it shall be able to help you maintain your posture, so that you don't fall. You also get the balance, so that you don't fall easily. Yeah, exercise will give you a balance and prevent you from falling. And remember that at this particular stage, we actually want to endeavor not to have any sudden falls, because when you fall, you can easily have a fracture. When you fall, you can easily have a breakage. So please, it is time to exercise, and embrace your exercise very well every day, at least 3 times in a week. I don't expect you to have a high intensity aerobics or high intensity exercises. No, just a simple walking, or even dancing, or even floor workouts will assist you enough. Will assist those bones, and also endeavor also to have some little strength training. Strength training, you can even have dumbbells. Dumbbells with your hands, it can also assist you in strengthening your muscles and also strengthening your bones. At this particular time, my viewer, remember that a woman in menopause, most of them have leakages of urine or urinary incontinence. Exercises will help you to strengthen, or to have that control of urine much better than any drug can do for you. So embrace menopause with the love, because it's not the end of life. You still have many more years ahead of you. So do not feel discouraged because you've reached menopause. Menopause is a stage of life of a woman, just like any other stage of life that somebody can be going through. So when we understand each other, when we understand the stage that we are going through, life shall be better. Life shall be better and still more enjoyable. I always like saying that as Christians, or as children of God, we know that God still loves us. So irrespective of what is happening in your life, be it the urine leakage, God still loves you. So I believe that there is a supernatural power that is still holding you close, will give you the courage, or should give you the courage to continue, should give you the perseverance to continue, knowing that He who loved you from the beginning still loves you the way you are. And God Himself purposed that you be created a woman, and embrace that stage of life as a woman, and just love yourself in it. Even though your hair will be falling because of menopause, just trim it and look nice and look beautiful. Yeah, you don't need to regret about it. Count your blessings and see what the Lord has done for you, and you shall remain positive about life, and life shall be sweet even as you go through menopause and also post-menopause. Otherwise, dear viewer, I want us to encourage ourselves that let's talk about menopause. As ladies, let's talk about menopause. As young women, let's talk about menopause, so that we get to understand ourselves, we get to embrace it, we get to eradicate the stigma that surrounds menopause. Yeah, because if you live stigmatized, then menopause shall be hell. Challenges that come with menopause shall be hell to you, and it shall also be hell to those who live around us. So let us embrace menopause. Let us talk about it. Let us understand what it is. Let us understand and appreciate that it is part of our life as women, so that we are able to move and maneuver through the challenges of menopause peacefully and gracefully, because we cannot escape it, and remember, it is not treatable. Thank you very much, viewer. And as we shall be going ahead in our next episode, we'll find much more that we can do to keep our brain healthy, to keep our bones healthy, to keep every part of the body that is affected by menopause more healthier than before. May God bless you, and thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. I plead that you subscribe to this channel, so that we are able to learn together, as we shall be handling other more important issues about our health as women. Thank you.